Kamusta? Mabuhay! Magandang gabi and welcome back to MGN Diego. Ako po si Ovela and today we will be learning a little bit more about Miriam Defensor Santiago because today's video is called 17 International Achievements of Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago. Yes, indeed, it's that simple. And I want to talk to these people who I know when they tell me this, it's coming probably from a good place. I am getting a bunch of messages of Filipinos asking me not to make videos about politics or Miss Universe, because they're afraid that I'll get in trouble. I say no. If I want to make a video about that, I will make a video about that. I have the rights and freedom to talk about whatever I want as long as I am respectful, right? And there is no point in being afraid of other people's judgment and opinion. They can say whatever they want. Honestly, I have a very tough skin, and I have encountered a lot of hate in the past, and I'm pretty sure that I handled it pretty well. So do not worry about me. Plus, I have no intent, to go into politics or anything like that, or even make this channel about politics. But it's just because I reacted to the coronation of Miss Universe Philippines. She mentioned Miriam Defensor Santiago, and she talked about her with such admiration that it made me very interested and intrigued, so I did a little bit of research, discovered this amazing woman, and now I'm learning more about her. It's that simple. So yeah, I have no intent to go into politics. I am merely here to learn about the Philippines. That's it. Alright, but before we start, please consider following me on Instagram at Music Game News. And now let's discover these 17 international achievements. Let's go.
17 reasons why Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago was an international star. Number 1.
She won the DeWitt Fellowship and finished her Master of Laws and Doctor of Juridical Science at the University of Michigan Law School in the United States. See, I had no idea that she studied in the United States. And I also had no idea that she had a master. I mean, I'm not surprised, okay? And I have no idea what DeWitt Fellowship is, what the DeWitt Fellowship is.
She won the DeWitt Fellowship
DeWitt.
and finished her Master of Laws.
The way she said it, it sounded like do it, D-O-I-T,
And Doctor of Juridical Science at the University of Michigan Law School in the United States.
Let's go, Miriam.
Number 2.
She was the first Filipino and the first Asian from a developing country to be elected in the United Nations as judge of the International Criminal Court. See, my father worked for the United Nations, but I had no idea that they had a judge, that they had judges, in the United Nations. I had no clue.
She was the first Filipino and the first Asian from a developing country to be elected in the United Nations
Let's go.
as judge of the International Criminal Court, or ICC.
Breaking barriers.
Number 3.
She was chosen as laureate of the Magsaysay Award for Government Service, known as the Asian equivalent of the Nobel Prize. Holy moly! That is a huge thing.
She was chosen as laureate of the Magsaysay Award for Government Service, known as the Asian equivalent of the Nobel Prize.
Wow. She was cited for bold and moral leadership in cleaning up a graft-ridden government agency.
She was cited for bold and moral leadership in cleaning up a graft-ridden government agency.
And by the way, I am also reading what's on the screen because it helps me understand things better.
Number 4.
In the practical courtroom test, American judges gave her the highest grade of 33 out of 35. Okay.
In the practical courtroom test, American judges gave her the highest grade of 33 out of 35.
I don't really know what that means. What's the practical courtroom?
Number 5.
In 1997, the Australian magazine named her one of the 100 most powerful women in the world. I mean, is the Australian magazine, a reference? I don't know.
In 1997, the Australian magazine named her one of the 100 most powerful women in the world.
And when they say one of the most powerful women in the world, do they mean monetarily or, in whatever she has achieved, in her career?
Number 6.
She served as legal officer of the United Nations High Commission for Refugees based in Geneva, Switzerland.
She served as legal officer of the United Nations High Commission for Refugees based in Geneva, Switzerland. Number 7.
She worked as legal consultant to the Philippine Embassy in Washington, D.C. in the United States. Bruh, she's done so many things.
She worked as legal consultant to the Philippine Embassy in Washington, D.C. in the United States.
I wonder if she was in Washington, D.C. at the same time as my father, because my father also worked for the World Bank in Washington, D.C.
Number 8. She's called the Iron Lady of Asia.
Yeah, we know. That's a badass name though.
Number 9.
She appeared on the pages and websites of international news agencies such as BBC, CNN, Time Magazine, and many others. Oh, okay.
On the pages.
Why is this an achievement?
And websites of international news agencies.
It's not necessarily a good thing to appear in these websites and, on their channels and everything, because these channels usually are filled with lies, man.
Such as BBC, CNN.
But yeah, if you appear on these channels, it means that you've made it, basically.
Time Magazine, and many others. Number 10.
She attended courses in such international universities as Oxford University, Cambridge University, Harvard University, and University of California at Berkeley. Well, guess what? My father went to Berkeley as well. He got his master's from Berkeley. But damn, bruh, Oxford. I have my best friend. Actually, I think went to... Oh, no, he went to King's College. He has a doctorate from King's College, I think. Oxford University, I mean, these are like the biggest universities in the world. Oxford University, Cambridge, Harvard. Wow, that's amazing. But they said attended courses. It doesn't mean that she has a diploma from these universities.
She attended courses in such international universities as Oxford University, Cambridge University, Harvard University, and the University of California at Berkeley. Number 11.
In 2008, she was conferred the Order of Civil Merit by the Kingdom of Spain. What does that mean?
In 2008, she was conferred the Order of Civil Merit by the Kingdom of Spain. Number 12. She authored
a book on international law, and she has another book. I made a whole video about it. It was my second video about Miriam.
A book on international...
The name of the book is called Stupid is Forever, and it's a book of her most popular quotes.
Law. Number 13.
She published papers of international significance, especially on international law. All right.
She published papers of international significance, especially on international law. Number 14.
She delivered papers on international law, governance, global terrorism, and many other topics at different conferences worldwide.
She delivered papers on international law, governance, global terrorism, and many other topics at different conferences worldwide.
So she has a master's, but does she have a doctorate as well?
Number 15.
She was always invited as a keynote speaker in various international events, noteworthy of which was at International Corruption Conference in Sydney, Australia.
She was always invited as a keynote speaker in various international events, noteworthy of which was at International Corruption Conference in Sydney, Australia. Number 16.
She was Secretary General of Asian Women Judges Conference 1987. That's when I was born. Yes.
She was Secretary General of ASEAN Women Judges
ASEAN
Conference in 1987.
Long time ago, man.
And number 17.
She was the chairperson of the 13th Roundtable on Current Problems of International Humanitarian Law, San Remo, Italy, 1988.
She was the chairperson of the 13th Roundtable on Current Problems of International Humanitarian Law at San Remo, Italy, in 1988.
All right, so there you have it. Those are, some very impressive achievements. But in my opinion, her most notable achievements are probably related to the Philippines. So if there is a video that talks about her, achievements regarding the Philippines, I think it would be more interesting to me. Yes, these are great, but I don't think they're mind-blowing, right? I just think that her role in the Philippines was more important than her role internationally. So if there is a video about her, about her achievements in the Philippines, I'd love to watch that, and please find one in English, okay? But yeah, still, I've learned a few things here, but the first two videos I reacted to were more interesting than this one. That is just my opinion. Plus, there are a lot of, words here that we don't necessarily understand, I mean, yeah, she was a keynote speaker, great, but there are a lot of keynote speakers. I have friends that are keynote speakers, right? And she attended courses at, prestigious universities. It's not the same as studying there, long term and getting a diploma and everything. So yeah, I just feel like this person is just trying to flex, Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago's muscles a little bit to brag. But I honestly think if you want to brag about her, brag about what she did in the Philippines. I think that's where she had the most impact, that's the feeling that I'm getting. So there you go. Maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you've learned a thing or two from this video and my past videos. Take care of yourselves, have a great day, and I will catch you in the next video as usual. Peace. Thank you for watching. Subscribe here and please like the video to show your support and appreciation for my work, and turn on the notification bell to be poked for future content. Yayayum!